Hi, and welcome to Rich Media Design Productions. Next video, and this one is going to also deal with the animation program or animation portion of the Photoshop Cs5 software. And also, I will be the subject matter will be dealing with an Apple computer tribute, and in particular, I guess, Steve Jobs, who recently passed away. So I'm sort of paying homage to one of the founders of Apple computers, and also a kind of history of the logo for some of you or those of you who don't know the history. So anyway, let's start. Here we have on the I guess the screen in front of you here, I'm sorry I lost my spot here, is a 10 by 10 white background canvas, let's say. And here I'm going to try to animate the logos that have come into existence with Apple. And that's going back to 1976 with their first, I guess you could say, logo, and in fact it is a logo. It's kind of a drawing, but it's okay. It's a logo. Anyway, that's it showing up. I call it the Isaac Newton, and I guess they do too. It's the Isaac Newton logo. It shows the Isaac Newton sitting down under an apple tree. The apple falls on his head, and that's how he discovers or realizes gravity. This was done in 1976. Okay, the next one was also done in 1976. So I guess the Isaac Newton logo didn't last very long, but it came into existence around the same time. So this one was designed and used from 1976 to 1998. So it's approximately 22 years that this logo was used by Apple. The next one is called a monochrome Apple, and it's I guess it came into existence about 1998, and then disappeared in 2000. So that's about 2 years. But I say disappear, but it really didn't disappear. It kind of appears here and there as a mono colored logo on products, like, for example, iLife uses it. Okay, so the next one is, and I'm going to be using this in this animation, is the same monochrome logo but with Steve Jobs' profile. Somebody did this right after Steve Jobs passed away, and I thought it was totally awesome. The guy who did it, or girl who did it, was on the ball, and this says it all. Total homage to one of the founders, Steve Jobs. So, okay, that's that one. And then around 2001, we see the stylized version of the Apple, where you see kind of like a gradation. This is kind of like the I guess when all these stylized buttons and things were coming into existence on the web, and this logo kind of featured that kind of feeling, where you see a high shiny stylized surface, and light bouncing shadows, and it had a feeling of it being plastic and transparent almost. So that's basically what was happening around the year 2001. This particular design was in existence for 6 years. So from 2001 to 2007, you saw this one. Okay, and the last one on the layers list is the present one, and I call it the chrome one. And it's It's nice, you know. It says basically more of a modern, and I guess that's the idea when you come to do a logo, is to, you know, bring it to present day and hopefully have a futuristic look to it, so that it applies to every year from that point forward. So anyway, that's the last logo, and it's from 2007 to present, so it's the one that's being used today. Okay, so let's start by going to Window up here and selecting Animation. It's going to give us a bar here at the bottom with an empty, let's say, empty frame, and that frame is reflective of nothing right now because we haven't started yet. So I clicked here while I was talking, the white background, and if you notice here at the right side of the layer is a lock, so you're locking down that white background so that you don't grab it by mistake and move it, whatever. But it helps to know that you can lock down certain layers so that you don't make mistakes in moving it. Okay, so let's go to the first layer. Well, actually it's the second one, and turn it on. Okay, what do I want to do with this? Basically, I pre-thought this out, so I'm going to let you in on what's going to happen. I'm going to take this logo, I'm going to press my Shift key, and I'm going to take it off to stage left, and pretty much take it off there. And so that means that the first frame here at the bottom is presenting nothing on the frame, meaning there's nothing there. But then I want that animation to, or object to, move into the center of the frame. So let's decide where the center is. Since this is a 10 by 10, the center horizontal, or vertical rather, is 5 inches. So I'm going to grab a guide from the side here and put it right in the middle at 5 inches, and that way I can know where to stop and put the logos. Another thing that I did, or I pre-did, was I actually got these logos and I resized them so that they were all basically and theoretically the same size. Now I noticed something in the logos is that each logo, Apple, was slightly different from the other. I mean, it was some were a little bit wider, some were a little bit thinner. So what I try to do is try to create a size and a look that was pretty much the same. Now I grabbed all these logos from the internet, so it wasn't like you know, I was getting something that was actually from Apple, and the sizes or the proportions and the ratios were exactly to their specs. So I was kind of guessing. I put all these logos in, resized them, and I kind of sized them to you know, to be in relationship to the other in size and proportion. So letting you know. Okay, so let's go on to the next one, which is the Isaac Newton one, and I'm going to add a frame. So if you look down here at the animation bar, there's a little thing down here. It says duplicate frame, so you go ahead and make another one. Okay, so now you have two frames, one without and another one without. So this one's going to reflect what is going to transpire or animate to. So now I'm going to get that logo and I'm going to bring it in and place it in the middle. Okay, so if I animate this thing, it'll basically, you have 1 second here and another second here, which is basically what I want right now. I want this thing to move pretty fast. That's something that we need to talk about a little bit, but basically as you're working with this, you realize that you can actually affect how fast or slow these things go based on you know, how many seconds or half a second or part of a second that you place on this on the frames. Now you notice that when I press the bottom here on either one, it'll give you some number to choose. Right now I have it at 1 second, which is right there, and you could press other and actually decide how long you want it to be. Okay, and this just takes a little experimenting, so you're gonna have to do that on your own. Right now it's basically to learn how to use the animation tool, and that's what we're trying to achieve here. Okay, so then how do I get the in-between animation? Is basically a thing called tweening. If you look down here, this is what it's called, tweens animation frames, and you see it's like a series of squares going up or down depending on your perspective, and you get the frames added to your animation by pressing that. But first what you want to do is you want to press both of these so that it'll tell the program that you want tweens in between these two frames. So now you can press the tween button, and then it'll give you a window that says, okay, how many frames to add. You could say 5 or whatever number you want in there, and then selected layers is what you want, and then position parameters and effects is all checked, and you can mess around with that because there's some effects that you can add to it with regard to the layer effects, and we're not going to be messing with that right now. Ours is to try to learn the animation tool. Okay, so then I say okay, and there we have it. We have the in-betweens. Right? Okay, let's see if it works. I'll press this start, go to the start button, then press great. Okay, that's what I want. Okay, now the problem is, do I really want that? Because it's like moving a background. Also, we're seeing the background being moved. So let's start this again. I'm going to take these 4 out, and I'm going to go and press it's the trash can here at the far right corner, and it'll ask you if you want to delete the frame. You say yes. The reason I want to delete it is because I noticed that this thing is not animating as I want it to. Okay, so let's start again. Let's take that one out too. Let's see what's going on here. Delete that one. Okay, that's white frame. Okay, add a frame, going back to where we were, bringing in the logo, and I'm pressing the shift key so that I can bring it in right where I want it to. Okay, now the tween button, press these two together, pressing the shift key, then I get the tween happening. All layers, selected layers. Okay, I asked you to do the selected layers. Let's try this one here. This one includes all layers, which means it's going to include the background white, and that's why we got that invisible background. Okay, now it works. Okay, so if I start again, it'll play for you. Press play button. Great. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate that frame, this one here, by pressing add frame, and it duplicated it. Right now, what I basically did was cause the first frame to delay by 2 seconds, and also gave me another frame to make something else happen. So here is what we're going to do. We're going to take this frame, this frame, and then we're going to add another frame, and then we're going to cause this frame to go off page but stage right. Okay, so I'm going to press shift key, move this guy out of picture or out of frame, and there there you have the move. Okay, now I press shift key, grab the other one. Oops. Okay, shift key, I grab the other picture so that I'm effecting these two frames. Then I'm going to press the tween button to add the tween between the two. And again, all these things, all the parameters are the same, so I'm going to say OK. So now we have it, if you look at it, from nothing in the frame to it appearing in the frame, staying in for 2 seconds, then moving off the frame. Okay, and that's wonderful. We're going to go on from there. Next thing is the rainbow logo, which is at the center now. Oops, I did a mistake. How about that? Okay, I'm going to go back to this one, and I'm going to add a frame. Okay, then I press the rainbow. Okay, why did I do that? Well, it actually might not have mattered, but I'm trying to keep it, you know, all the same by adding that, by not adding the other frame and changing the logo. I basically changed the logo off camera or off screen or off frame, and you never would have seen it, but it's best to do everything the same as before. So okay, here we go. So it's off on frame now. Bring it from stage right to the center. Okay. I'm gonna have to undo that. Okay, so I'll take this, put it back on. Nope, that's this one. Okay. Now I go to this one. Now this one is, okay, I'm getting a little confused, but bear with me. We'll get this straightened out. Basically, I don't want that one. I want this one. It's off there. This one is this one, and we want the rainbow one to be off. And we add another frame, and then we bring it in. Okay, and that's pretty much center there. Press the 2 and do the tweening, and there we have it. Okay, so let's see if it reacts the way I want it to here. Press the end and press play. Okay, it comes into the picture, stops for 2 seconds, goes off the page. Then the other one comes in the picture. Stops. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now what I want to do is add another frame so it can stop for 2 seconds, and then add another frame so that I can make it go off the page. So go ahead and press that one and move it off the page, stage left, and press the 2 together, then press tween, and there you have it. It goes off the page. So we're going to repeat that with the next one. Okay, so I'll press add a frame. Okay, then add another frame. And this frame is where it's supposed to appear, so I'll press the next logo, and that one is going from stage right to center stage. Okay. stage, press them both, tween, and there we have it. Then I go to add another frame, make it last another one, then another one, add another frame. This one will be the one that make it disappear. So okay, I take that one, press shift key again, take it off stage right. Actually, no, you know what, might be a good idea, and I'm just doing this off the cuff here. I'll make this logo disappear into the Steve Jobs logo in the middle. And the way we would do that is add another frame. Okay, but this frame will be the Steve Jobs logo, and I'll press shift key and grab these two, do the tween in between, and I'm going to add 8 frames to this one just to make it a little bit more dramatic and not so fast, and press OK. So let's see how that looks. I'll take it from here, press that frame and press play. Sounds good to me. Okay, that works. Now, add another frame here, and I'll take that logo, add one more frame. Now that one is going to peel off to the left. Okay, so that by doing that, I can press shift key, take it left here, take it left here, do it again, I grabbed the wrong one. Okay, now that's great. To press shift, grab the 2, do in between, and take that to 5, back to 5, and we have it stage left, and then we'll have the apple come in from stage left. Let's not do that. Let's just keep it the way it is. We'll add another frame, and then another frame, and then I'll add this one at that frame, but take it off stage. Oops, grab the wrong one again. Undo move. Okay, so it'll appear like that one disappeared, and this one's going to reappear in its place as a, you know, another design of it, the same logo. Okay, so now press add a frame, press these two together. Actually, I have to make the move here on that one, so I'll bring that guy back and put him in the middle now. Grab these two now into the tweening, and that'll be 5 frames. Add a frame, and add another frame. This guy, I want off to the left. Do the tweening. 1, 2. This guy, I want this logo to come in, and exactly where I want it. Actually, I could put it right there. Okay, so then I do the tween. Press the tween button right there, and I can change the amount of seconds that it stays there for, let's say, 5 seconds, and that'll be it. Let's start from the top all the way by pressing this button, or this button here for beginning, and press the play button, and we'll catch the animation. Now this is kind of choppy, but when you render it, it does a good job of it, and it's a lot smoother. So it goes off, new one comes in, stays a little while, goes off, new one comes in right in the middle, it kind of stays a little bit, the jobs logo comes in, then it goes off, stage left, new logo comes in, that's it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. Oh, did I not render it? Okay, let's render this. We go to save for web and devices. Okay, don't just save it, save for web and devices. Then you go to GIF, that's GIF or GIF. That's what it is, it's a GIF animation. It's going to be used on the internet, so it's going to be an animation used on the computer or internet. Okay, so we go ahead and select GIF or GIF up here. Press save. It'll ask you where you want to save it. I'm going to put it in the jobs Apple logo computer thing or file, and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm done. I got a little confused. I'm a little tired. It's hot in here. My computer went out. My air conditioning went out. So we'll see you next time. Have a great day.